Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a favorites video. I'm pretty excited. I've been shopping my stash constantly lately. I've been really rotating through things, which means I have probably been project panning a little bit less, but I've just been having fun kind of using my whole makeup collection. So I thought I would share some favorite products with you and let's get into it. Let me start with face products first, and I will say as far as foundation, I've been kind of just rotating through all my foundations lately. But as far as primers, I've been really preferring these type of primers. This one is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This isn't a project pan. I do really like it though. The e.l.f. Pore Putty Primer though is very, very similar. And then we have the Farsali Skin Tune Blur. The reason I am loving these is I've just kind of realized I prefer a matte type of face and I only want highlight here. For a while, I was using a lot of illuminating primers and I just don't think that they're that flattering on me because I have lines and large pores and it's just not the most flattering. So I much prefer these kind of pore filling, blurring, smoothing type primers. These two are both fantastic. Like I said, the e.l.f. one is just as good, but I've been using this because it's in a project and I'm loving the Farsali Skin Tune. I'm actually wearing this everywhere today. This one I really like for my chin because it's probably the oiliest part of my face. And yeah, one or both of these combined, I'm just loving it. For highlighter, I've been really rotating through my highlighter collection, but I am loving Mary Luminizer. This is so old school. I purchased this last year off of overstock.com. I had a small size of it years and years ago that I completely finished and I really missed it and I'm so glad I bought this again. I mean, it's really nothing groundbreaking or revolutionary, but it's so beautiful. It's a lovely champagne color. This is the highlighter I'm wearing today. I just think it's so flattering and it's so finely milled. There's no glitters or shimmers. And like I said, I've been really trying not to emphasize my lines and pores lately. And this one definitely doesn't do that. You know, even if I have some texture happening here, it still looks really good. And this is one of my favorite highlighters. I'm so happy I repurchased it. For blush, I definitely have not done as good of a job as rotating through my blush lately because I have been focused on Project Pan blush. However, this has really been standing out to me and I'm loving it. This is from Wander Beauty. I got this in Boxycharm, I think a couple months ago. So this is a duo, what's it called? This is Bellini and Costa Ray. This is supposed to be a bronzer. It's pretty light and honestly, I've only used it a couple of times. It's so-so, but this blush in Bellini is so pretty. That's what I'm wearing today. This has been my favorite blush. It's just really flattering. It's a pretty light pink, but I will say it kind of shows up more pigmented on the face than it does in a swatch. It's so smooth. There's really a bit of a satinness to it, but there's no shimmer at all. I don't know what they did to this blush, but it's just amazing. It just looks really good. When you look at it in the pan, it's really not exciting looking, but something about it on the face, such a gorgeous glow. I am in love with this blush. Definitely one of my favorites. And again, I am really been happy with Boxycharm. I feel like I've gotten really lucky with the products that I've gotten in there and I've loved almost everything, but this definitely stands out as a favorite. Let's talk about eyeshadow, and I have been rotating through my eyeshadow palette collection a lot. I've been really trying to get good use out of things, but I did want to mention the things that have stood out. I do want to mention these mini Pat McGrath palettes because some people have actually been asking me about those, so I want to give a little mini review there, but I know this is not available anymore, but it really has been a favorite of mine. This is the BH Royal Affair palette, and it is so nice. You know, I know a lot of people have found this at Marshall's. That's where I found mine. And if you have it, I suggest pulling it out because it is so nice. This green, amazing. The mattes, amazing. They blend well, really pigmented. I think sometimes BH Cosmetics gets a bad rap for low quality, but I think this is very good quality. And pretty much all three palettes I have from them are amazing. And I do think that they've really improved their formula in the last 2 years, where before that, their eyeshadow palettes, the ones that I tried, were not so great. But this is amazing. If you have it, I suggest using it. Right, and then I have been using these nonstop. These are the Pat McGrath Mini Eye Ecstasy palettes. And I did get these at the Pat McGrath sale. It is still going on until April 27th. If anyone is interested, you can get either 20 or 25% off, which I'm not VIB Rouge, so for me that was a much better deal than shopping at Sephora. But a lot of you guys have told me that Pat McGrath has really good Black Friday sales. So I may wait till then to, get more of a splurge. But these are only $28 each, which for Pat McGrath is super cheap, honestly. This colorful one is called Subversive, and then this one, which is the neutral one, is Sublime. These are so beautiful. And let me talk about this one first, the neutral one. I think I actually like it a little bit more. Now, there's a lot of pros and cons to these palettes. I think if you already have a lot of Pat McGrath palettes, you don't need these because these are repeat shades. These are almost all in her other palettes. But if you don't have Pat McGrath and you don't want to spend $125 on her larger palettes and her other smaller palettes are $65, like I said, these are only $28 each. Now, a lot of other reviews I've seen people complain about this packaging. It's super cheapy, it is, but you know what? I don't really care because I care about the quality and I'd rather only pay $28 and have cheapo packaging with good product inside. And honestly though, they're compact, which I do like that. Her other palettes, I do have one of the large mothership palettes and it is so bulky. Honestly, I actually prefer this packaging. But anyway, let me show you the swatches. This is so beautiful and I actually don't need a wet brush with these. This one looks like it has shimmer, but this is the only one I would say is a matte palette. So if you don't like to have to reach into other palettes, these don't really stand alone, at least not for me because I need more mattes. But I have a large palette collection. I would much rather have a small palette I really like and then reach into another one for 1 or 2 shades. This is beautiful. This color here is like a red-green duochrome. It actually looks really cool on the eye. You can kind of see that in the swatches, but yeah. This one is amazing and I actually do prefer it over the colorful one. I still like this colorful one, and if you're interested, I did do a tutorial with this blue shade. I'll link that in the description box. It turned out amazing, and today I am wearing this red on the lid. These are quite beautiful also. The only reason I don't like this one as much is I feel like I have kind of shades like this. They don't really, I don't know, these don't stand out as much even though they are more colorful, but they are gorgeous. And you can also use these without a wet brush, and that's what I did today. But in that tutorial, I used this with a wet brush and they really shine and sparkle. So I think if you want that intensity, I would go in with a wet brush. And yeah, these are all, shimmers and metallics. There's no matte shades in this one. I think these are really good quality. I've been really loving them. $28 for Pat McGrath eyeshadows is pretty crazy cheap in my opinion, and I think the quality is nice. The cons would be that you would definitely need to reach into other palettes unless you want to do an all shimmer look. The packaging feels rather flimsy, but like I said, I care more about the eyeshadows than the packaging, and I like that it's compact. All right, and then let's talk lip liner. I've been loving lip liner lately. Today I am wearing this Pat McGrath contour underneath this bold liquid lipstick, but these are my 3 favorite lip liners. And this one, let's start with this. This is ColourPop BFF. And I'm going to show you swatches. The top is the Pat McGrath, the second is the Kylie, and the third is BFF. This is the lightest one, and actually this is in a project pan. I said I didn't really love it because it was so light, but the more I've been using it, it's really, really nice. It looks beautiful with nude lipsticks and gloss, and yeah, I just really like this. I love the ColourPop formula. And I also love the Kylie formula. Now these are more expensive, but I do think it's really nice. This color is Iced Latte. Really nice, smooth formula. And then the Pat McGrath, I do think this is really nice. I will say this does last longer on the lips than the Kylie and the ColourPop. It's way more expensive though, it's $28, but if you're really looking for long lasting, this is it. This is a brown color, this is contour. And yeah, I really do like it. And I did use this in that tutorial I mentioned, and I mentioned in that video that when you put this on, it feels sticky. It's not one I would wear on its own. I definitely feel like it needs a lip gloss or lipstick on top, but I think that stickiness makes it more long lasting. So I love all 3 of these formulas, but if you really want a long lasting lip liner, I do think Pat McGrath is it, but the ColourPop and the Kylie I love as well. I mean, obviously the ColourPop is the cheapest and it is super nice. I have several other colors of these, And yeah, I've been super into lip liner lately. And last up is lip gloss. I've been very into lip gloss, although today I am not wearing lip gloss for the first time in a long time. I'm wearing a liquid lipstick. This is the Too Faced Gingerbread Man. I actually really like it with this whole look and shirt, but it was so much work to get this thing on. I'm like, this is why I don't use liquid lipsticks. It is so much easier to throw on a nude lipstick and slap some lip gloss on top. You know, that's what I do 99% of the time. But these lip glosses are fantastic. I have a ton of lip glosses I love, but these lately have really stood out. This is Vintage by Jessica Liebeskin. I got this in Boxycharm. This color is called, I don't know, oh, Pink Sequin. It doesn't really look that pink on the lips. It's mostly clear, but it is so glossy. I love a glossy lip. And then the Pat McGrath, I've worn this in so many videos. I am obsessed. This one, again, these are $28, which, I mean, compared to like her larger eyeshadow palettes, her lip glosses and lip liners aren't that crazy, although her full-size lipsticks are $38, which is kind of insane. But I'll show you a swatch of this. This is Bronze Divinity. And I think what really stands out with this, it is super, super shiny. And it's so smooth on the lips. Probably the most comfortable lip gloss I've used. I am in love. And I admit I did place a second order from her sale. I know. But I fell so in love with those lip glosses that I wanted more. And she has 2 sets of minis on there. Well, several sets of minis, but I bought 2. I know. But the minis are 3 glosses for $25, where 1 full size is $28. So haven't gotten those yet, but I am very excited. I think that formula is fantastic. I love the Jessica Liebeskin. Alrighty, that is it for this video. I've been really enjoying these products. I've been shopping my stash so much. Some of these are newer, well, just the Pat McGrath stuff, everything else I've had for a while, but yeah, I am having a lot of fun rotating through my collection. It's been a good time. It's been keeping me entertained. And yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.